Okay, here we are live, episode 3, week number 3. We're still here. We're still doing it. All right.
Sure.
So, what's happened this week, guys? Welcome.
Ebola
Welcome to the show. I realized that I'm supposed to be talking, and I was just being
still
silent.
happening.
Ebola.
What I think's weird about Ebola, I think it's linked to ISIS. I'm gonna be honest, because Ebola's been around for a while. I was googling it. I don't know why. I have a morbid curiosity, so I was doing like graphic images of Ebola and stuff, and like seeing people like bleeding out of their eyes in like the street. And but I didn't know anything about it, so I looked up like you're like freaking me out, PJ. You're like moving around so much.
Yeah, what are you doing over there? You're dancing.
Still not
He's
situated.
dancing.
Still not situated. I gotta get comfy. We gotta relax.
We got a comfy zone.
They're jumping at people
I got
dying.
your closet open, and I'm waiting for something to creep out from that.
My fucking fuzzy bikes.
I mean, if you guys watched American Horror Story, I would say the clown was about to pop out, but I'm not going to indulge in
I
that
haven't
if
seen it yet,
people
though.
haven't watched the show.
I'm watching it tonight.
It's really good. I definitely recommend it.
I'm excited for it.
All right, so
compared to it last season, we'll jump into that later. We'll stay focused on Ebola right
Yeah.
now, though.
I agree. I apologize. I saw the closet that creeped me out. We'll keep going.
what exactly happens when you get Ebola? Explain to me exactly what happened.
The symptoms are actually horrifying because there's no real way to know you have Ebola until like it's too late, I feel. So basically, the symptoms are a fever, muscle soreness, throwing up, and like diarrhea, which is basically every sickness ever that anyone's ever.
Yeah, what isn't that?
I literally had that 2 days ago.
That's why I've been joking that Dan has Ebola, because if you go down the checklist, Dan has hit everything so far.
He's got all the things.
The most like telltale sign after that is a rash, followed by severe weight loss, followed by bleeding out of your eyes. Like it literally goes from like you kind of feel bad to you start internally bleeding and hemorrhaging like instantly. But like you'll bleed like in your mouth, you'll bleed out of your eyes. Like I said, I was looking up like graphic stuff. Like people were like, it's like in Africa primarily right now. Like I think North and West Africa.
Mm-hmm.
There's like people in the street just like blood running down their eyes, and like onlookers just like, oh shit. Like there's another picture of a guy who's just dead in the street, like, and you get like these weird like growths on you. I guess the rash like deforms and stuff. It's crazy. But some of the other stuff was getting like mixed in there. But that's where the guy who passed away, he was in Dallas. Like he came home.
Thomas Eric Duncan.
Yeah.
So wait, he was infected and he died? He also died?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he was the first American to die in America. He died in Texas from
But
Ebola.
he didn't get it in America. Let's be clear about that. He came from a hotspot.
He traveled back from West Africa. He just came back from.
He was in a hotspot.
Okay.
Which means
He
potentially
came back.
people on this plane, though.
That's true. Well, it's bodily fluids. It's
You know
like
what I mean?
HIV. It's bodily fluids. So it has to.
I mean, he could have sneezed.
That's.
He could have easily sneezed in someone.
That's true.
You know what I mean? If he used the bathroom and he got urine on the seat and someone went number 2 after that, you know what I mean? Anything's possible. It's just
the thing that's scary though is that they haven't confirmed that it can't be airborne. Wikipedia just said there's no known cases of it being airborne, but it's also this is the biggest outbreak ever in the history of the virus. Period.
Ever?
2014
the
is the
CDC
largest epidemic of it. Epidemic?
Wow.
Yeah, the CDC director said on Ebola, the only thing like this has been AIDS. That's the level he put it on. Like
That's
when
crazy.
AIDS first came
It's like
out.
a modern day Black
I
Plague.
guess.
It's coming.
I mean, no,
The thing-
it's that serious. Not yet, at least.
Oh yeah. The thing is
Hopefully not.
the thing is with
Hopefully it
AIDS
doesn't go
though
that
is
far.
like AIDS even is containable, right? Like you can prolong that. Maybe not AIDS, but HIV, right? Like you can kind of like
Yeah.
you can basically live a healthy life for a very long time now with AIDS or HIV. The thing is, that Ebola is
HIV,
Magic Johnson's been living forever.
You have like 3
Yeah.
weeks. You have like 3 fucking weeks, and like people are just dying. So the guy who came back, I think September 16th. After 5 days, he started noticing more and more severe symptoms. So he was in the hospital Thursday, September 21st. I was listening to it this morning on the radio. And they didn't actually admit him for Ebola treatment until Sunday. And then he died, I think, yesterday, which was Tuesday. Okay. So he was admitted
What's the
for
survival
Ebola
rate like?
It's like 50%, which isn't good at all. I think
there's no vaccine for it right now.
The total
That's pretty
statistics are there hasn't been a ton of people that have it, so I think it was like 7,700 something. Again, this is Wikipedia, so it may not be the most reliable source. But
I read that by January there's apparently supposed to be 8 million cases of it.
No way.
In the world.
There was only 7,000 on Wikipedia, and there's been 3,000. There's been like
maybe 8,000.
There was 3,000 some deaths.
Real quick.
So it's like roughly 50% of the deaths.
I mean,
but
in the realm of things, though, is this really that big of a deal? I mean, it's 7,000 or 8,000 people we're talking about right now.
Yeah, but
I mean,
this is the biggest outbreak.
It could eventually be something.
Hold on. The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention released a report Tuesday predicting as many as 550,000 to 1.4 million cases of Ebola virus in Liberia and Sierra Leone alone by the end of January.
That makes sense because it's the largest outbreak it's ever been. So the Wikipedia statistic was as of, right? But it just started. Yeah. And the thing is, it can exponentially grow in those areas. The thing you got to keep in mind is the death rate's higher for a couple of reasons. One, it's Africa. Okay, Africa obviously is known for its cutting-edge healthcare. So I'm sure those people are like getting it. Like I said, there's pictures of people just dying in the street. So you're not going to have a guy like Ebola in the United States just bleeding out, dying, in the streets. But
I mean, it's crazy how much different it is when you go to the countries that are not, first world or more uppity. Like when I went to Punta Cana, I was saying like, no, you know what I mean, like more higher up on the chain. More uppity. But when I went to Punta Cana, like all the resorts and stuff are really nice. But when I went outside of the resorts, like the towns and stuff are really poor, and I was like surprised at like how it was. Wait, you guys got your sweatpants on? You don't got no sweatpants on.
I got shorts on.
You got shorts, dude. I never wear shorts.
I got shorts on.
Dude, I got my sweatpants, dude. You know what I mean? Sweatpants on. What you know? I got my sweatpants on.
That's a great.
I thought about that like 2 hours ago. That's the sad part, and that's the best I could come up with about wearing my sweatpants.
That was planned?
I'm just like,
that's awful. You should have never admitted that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I planned that.
No,
man. What's the sweatpants zone?
Bro.
Sweatpants.
What did you do? Like, put your sweatpants on and just start, like, just dancing and just thinking of songs? Like, oh, I'm so excited for the podcast.
I mean, we were dancing. Webcam dance off.
I couldn't even do a webcam dance off because I'm too tall and I had to stay crouched down to stay in frame. But you stood up.
I could stand up and still probably be in it.
No,
I'm standing up right now.
So I think I'm going to be an Ebola patient though for Halloween, and I think I'm going to wear a hospital gown with just blood running down my face, like out of my eyes. I think that would be pretty fun.
You could do that.
And this is to make light of the subject, since we were just talking serious about it.
Well, one person died in the U.S. It's completely acceptable as a U.S. citizen to make fun of Ebola right now. If you were in Africa,
oh my God,
not so much. Not so much, but we're not in Africa.
I mean, it's in Spain, too. So. I actually read today that a woman in Spain had got it, and they actually a woman in Spain got it and died, and they actually put her dog down in fear that it might transfer it to other humans. They put the dog.
Well, that's the thing. It comes from, it originated from, they said primates, I think, but we got ringing feedback.
I mean, that's what AIDS is from originally, too. It's from primates.
But it was like fruit bats or another carrier that can get it, and they can carry it for like up to 2 months or some crap. So I think...
We gotta figure out what this feedback is. This is terrible. This is really awful.
I think...
You don't hear it?
This happened last time.
No.
And I'm pretty sure it's Dan, because every time Dan's like, no, I got nothing, guys.
I'm not even doing anything. There's a fan. Is it the fan?
No, it's
ringing. It's like a... It's really weird. You can hear it on the recordings, too.
This happens it's a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
It's a fucking ghost.
We should try another software next week.
I mean, we could. I don't think it's the software.
I don't hear I don't hear anything, honestly.
Oh, you
Very
mean
light
this
ringing?
software. But I don't think it's this software either.
Are you talking about a very light ringing?
Yeah.
I hear it now. It's pretty loud, actually.
I literally don't hear anything.
That's weird.
Sorry for the delay.
This is going
folks.
well.
But, okay, so I'll change the topic. I'm not sure what the ringing is. Hopefully, I don't hear it on the recordings, but anyway. I also saw today that Google used a Camel to take a street view, quote unquote, of the desert in Abu Dhabi. They put on their Google tracker camera on top of, like, on the Camel, and they had someone walking across the desert, and they took pictures of it. It was the first
Ridiculous.
animal ever.
The first
Yeah.
animal.
Animal ever.
Yeah, the name of the camel was Rafiya, if I'm saying it correctly.
Man, you know the best
But it was
facts.
the first.
You know the best fucking shit, dude.
I saw. I thought that was pretty cool. Like I think they said they wanted it to be more authentic, but it's pretty cool. Like, there's no place Google won't go.
They're trying to
Well,
That's
capture
good
the
for them.
They're
Good
trying to
effort,
capture
guys.
the more authentic scenic route of the desert via strapping on like cameras on a fucking camel. That's authentic.
Yeah. What I really want is for Google to do underwater. Now that would be
Yes.
amazing if they could ever do that.
And
Google,
it would-
if you haven't thought
but
of
like-
it, I'm sure you have. Go underwater.
But not
Submarines, 360 submarines. Boom.
I want like
Boom. What's that? A shark?
Yeah, man.
I want
Yeah,
like
that
the
would be really
depths
cool.
of the ocean though, dude. I want to know what's at the,
Yes.
the very, very, very bottom. I want that shit
the bottom,
illuminated. I want it
There's
illuminated.
there's probably like
some
50-foot squids.
there's some
There's
creepy ass
gigantic
fish.
squids.
You guys
You
ever
ever
seen
What
look
if
those
we
things
found
up? They're
artifacts?
The big
What
squids.
is this ringing? It's so
Oh
distracting.
no, it's terrible. Ah!
Wait, does it? Hold on, I'm gonna
I
turn my
don't know.
headset off. Tell me if it stops.
It stopped. Nope. It didn't stop.
Hey, look. Anything?
No. No.
I'm gonna throw my
Anyway.
phone away.
What is that? Alright, Dan, unplug your headphones. Let's see if we can fix this shit. We'll fix it. Did it go
Pretty
away?
sure
Do you
it's
still
there.
hear it?
No, it's there. Is it
It's
you?
still there? Alright. I'm gonna unplug my mic and see if it makes a difference.
Was it me?
No. It's not PJ either. What the fuck? This is horrific.
I literally don't hear anything. You guys are freaking out.
Dude, it's
Ruining the
terrible.
whole podcast over this fucking ringing.
We are totally ruining it. What if-
You're ruining the
what if
fucking
no one can
podcast. There was
hear
some
it?
shitty ring that no one can hear but both of you that you're freaking yourself out with.
We're like
If you can
dogs.
hear
never
it,
even heard
please
it on any
comment
recording.
below. We
No
want
one
comments
comments
for
because
anything.
no one watches. We need viewers to comment.
Everyone watches.
Right, but when the viewers watch, then they'll know to comment because we're telling them to comment.
Wait,
See,
you
I
know?
just-
the problem is that people go incognito on their web browser these days, and that way it doesn't show up on our YouTube
That's
views.
not how that
We actually
works.
have like 1 million plus. We
I don't
have
think
it.
so. I don't think that's it.
It's
I
like
just
the
think that we're
90s.
terrible. We're just really bad at this.
I don't think we are. I think we're pretty good.
I feel like we would have got
Yeah.
somewhere tonight if this ringing wasn't fucking destroying every.
Oh my god.
It sounds like
something else I saw
Aquaman's
today,
trying to
let's
fucking
see.
reach out to us right now. That's what it sounds like.
You know what that is? That's Google with their sonar taking pictures underwater right now. All right,
what it
so
sounds
talking
like.
about the other part, I saw NASA explorers putting astronauts into deep sleeps to travel to Mars.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do on Mars? PJ
What do you mean?
froze. He's just frozen with a
He
jolly
did, yeah.
smile on his fucking face.
He's so jolly. I'm gonna take a picture of that. He's so jolly. Oh, I didn't get it.
You just get it from the recording. Dude, now it's just us and
yeah.
it's still ringing. Let's just
I
cancel
don't hear anything.
Let's just cancel the call and redo it. We'll just edit it up in the thing. In the edit.
All right.
Okay, so we had some technical problems because we are bad at this, and now we are talking about Halloween costumes.
This is episode 3. 3.2.
3.2.
I guess it'd be 3. I guess it'd technically be 3.1. Yeah.
It's 3.1.
3.1.
3.1. Yeah, there's no 3.2. Not yet.
There should be a 3.2
Yeah.
after that fucking introduction. Jesus Christ.
Don't say his name.
So you're gonna be an Ebola victim for Halloween?
That's where I'm at now. But I had a better original idea, but it's too expensive to do. So me and my buddy at work, Neil, who you guys know, we wanted to get full bear costumes, like realistic ones, but rival bears. And at our work, there's like a little sky bridge that goes across our 4th floor, and you can look down to our 3rd floor. And at like 2 o'clock or something, we were just gonna brawl, like on the sky bridge. We were just gonna have like a fucking bear fight, and just see how long we could fight.
Nice.
But the
So
costumes
you like to peer down on people?
What does that have anything to do with Halloween?
Because we were gonna do it for Halloween, but the costumes are
It
like.
doesn't.
I like how like you can bear
It's got
fight.
nothing to do with Halloween.
Because we're gonna
That's
come in
nothing
on bear
Halloween-ish.
costumes for Halloween, but they're like $700 for like a nice bear costume.
You should come
that's 'cause
in-
You're looking at.
You should come in as a boxer, and he should come in as a kangaroo, and then you should fight.
Boom.
It's a great
Even
idea.
better. Even better.
It's a great idea.
That's what you should do.
Just blew the socks off.
But now I'm on to the Ebola patient. I'm gonna wear like a hospital gown with like just blood running out of my eyes. I feel like that's an easy and effective costume.
Is it too soon? Is it too soon for that?
Do you know anyone who's died from Ebola?
Is it ever too soon?
Do you know anyone who's died?
No, I don't.
You know what's too soon is the zombie
Not yet.
Robin Williams. That's too soon. People are
Zombie
talking about,
Williams?
The people are talking about
Zombie
Zombie
Williams?
Williams. That one's too soon. Because not because it's too soon in relation to his death, it's because of how beloved Robin Williams was. It's too close in relation to his death. Like he was too well liked.
It's not funny.
Yeah,
If it was funny, there is no too soon if the joke is actually funny, and that's just not funny.
that's a good point
Yeah.
too.
It's I'm dead Robin Williams. Like, where's the joke there?
I'm not laughing.
Okay.
Real edgy.
I'm not laughing.
Real edgy.
Like a real prick.
Dan,
Real edgy, bro.
are you tapping on your desk? Who's tapping? No tapping.
All the
No
fucking noises
tapping.
are always from Dan's. I get banned from winking, and Dan's allowed to be a destructive force in this podcast.
You can't stop him.
You know what? Do you
There's
know what
nothing you
zone
can
you're
do.
in, Brian? Do you know what zone you're in?
There's no winking.
You're in the
Sweatpants
sweatpants zone. Sweatpants zone. You know me. I got my sweatpants on. All right. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the song of the day. Sweatpants zone.
Yep.
It's gonna get picked up.
What are you
Haynes is
gonna do?
pick that song up? Haynes, if you want to sponsor me, I will do a sweatpants commercial singing that song,
Does
and
Haynes
we'll have
make
people dancing and doing
sweatpants?
choreograph. Yeah, of course. Who doesn't make sweatpants?
I thought their thing was like undershirts and underwear. Since when do they make sweatpants?
They make
Who
all
says they
that
can't?
shit.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
maybe
all the
it's
same
Fruit of
thing.
the Loom. Fruit of the Loom is sweatpants.
Ah, yeah.
Not Hanes. Maybe Hanes makes them.
I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty
know.
sure Haynes probably
I was
does.
gonna let you guys have that one.
Because I don't
wasn't-
buy sweatpants.
Who
Haynes,
doesn't
if you
buy
want to start,
sweatpants? Dude, no.
the three of
What?
us,
What
we
do you
got you.
use? No. Not into sweatpants.
No?
No.
You're
You're a
not
big
into
sweatpants
sweatpants?
wearer?
Yeah,
No, absolutely
Brian-
not. I do
Brian
not own
said
a
the
single
other
pair of
day-
sweatpants.
What do you wear in the wintertime? Jeans at all times? Why is it ringing
Yeah.
again? Why is it ringing again?
I don't hear it this time. So now it's just you.
Yeah, just keep going.
He's getting so furious. Look how angry he's getting.
He's getting mad. Brian Smash. Actually,
What are you going to
I
be for
hear it now,
Halloween,
too.
Dan?
Halloween? I'm not really sure, honestly. I haven't thought of anything, but I definitely need something. I'm just not exactly sure what I want to be yet. There's a few choices. You know what I really want to be? Every year I look at this costume and it never happens. It's the Ferris Bueller. Brian even said this earlier. Because you need that leather jacket, and you can't find that leather jacket. And it's like that specific cheetah, like V-neck or like
Cheetah with
cardigan,
the black
whatever it is.
leather? Yeah, it comes around like
yeah.
that with the
Oh my
piping.
God, it's
yeah,
like-
I know what you're talking about.
I mean, you could probably buy the costume from like Halloween Adventure or something, but it wouldn't look as good as like getting the actual stuff put
No.
together.
What's his friend's
No.
name? Because I look exactly like that guy. Cameron?
You do.
If I just like,
Cameron.
No, you don't.
if I put this
I
down,
mean, a
Yeah,
little
you
bit.
definitely.
if I just put this
Yeah,
down
you
and
put
put
his
some
hair down.
suspenders on and shave it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks
If I-
just
All
like
right, I'll
Cameron,
give you
dude.
that.
All he
So-
needs is
Yeah.
the jersey,
Get rid of this.
the red jersey.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. All right. You sold me.
You should be Cameron.
But
You
we
should be
can
him
only
for
do
Halloween.
it. But we need Vanessa to be the girl. Whatever.
No,
her
the
name
girl.
What is her name?
A
She
white
had
girl.
some retarded name. It was something really
I
weird.
want Vanessa to be Dora, the explorer.
is. You guys gonna be Dora?
Get like
Are you gonna be Diego?
no.
Diego.
No, that would be good though. I should. Diego.
Diego R2's.
I need to get a tan if so. I'm gonna have to go spray tan.
Yeah.
This guy. He's the only Spanish
for the
guy.
Halloween party.
He's the only Spanish person who's gonna tan and dress up as a Spanish person for Halloween. Doesn't make any sense.
50%
Have you guys ever gone
Spanish,
tanning
dress
before?
Spanish for Halloween.
I told-
You guys ever go tanning? Yeah.
I did once actually.
Yeah.
It's actually a great story. Hold on. This is a great segue. I've been tanning once in my life, and the reason I went tanning is I was working at a deli at the time, and my manager was like, "Hey, this girl really needs a date to her prom. Will you meet her?" Which you should be concerned if a girl needs a date to her prom. That's usually not the case. Most girls usually get asked.
It's not good.
But I was a nice guy. I was like, yeah, I'll meet her. I'm not gonna just say no up front. That's kind of dickish. I don't want to be mean, but like I went to the tanning salon, and this girl, she had like giant 80s hair, and I didn't understand why. It was just so big and just so
It was like
hair
teased
sprayed.
up.
Yeah, it was huge and like just hair sprayed up, and then she had like just like really like crooked, like just jangled teeth. So like those are really hard things just to look past. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not that shallow of a person.
What do you think you signed up for, though, man?
Not that. No one thinks hairy fucking 80s
That's-
hair and
you
jangled
thought-
teeth. No one thinks
You thought
that.
you'd get there and she'd be like really cute, but she's got like nerdy glasses on or something.
No.
You could like just take her glasses off and then
She
she's
could have
like a
just
hot
been
girl
shy.
underneath.
There's cute shy girls. Those exist.
Like all the movies.
Right, exactly.
Those exist. I
She's
don't
in
know.
all the
girls.
movies that way.
She could have been
Yeah,
a ginger.
maybe,
I would have settled
maybe.
for ginger, but instead she
A
had
ginger.
giant hair, and it sounds terrible. But basically, her manager was the one that was trying to like fix this up. Her manager was friends with my manager, and I was like, all right, well, why don't you show me the tanning booth? I've never been tanning. I just hid in the tanning booth for like a good amount of time and collected my thoughts, and then I was like, all right, guys, it was nice meeting you. And then I just left. I like didn't get a number. I didn't do anything. I just fucking just left. And apparently, she like fell in love with me within like the first 10 minutes of meeting me. She apparently had just gotten a date that day, and like bought that kid like all the stuff for prom. Like she was the one paying for the prom,
Really?
which is crazy. But she was ready to cancel on that kid, and was like asking her manager for my number. Because she was like sworn that we were like soulmates, and I felt really bad about that. But that was my tanning
She thought
story.
you were soulmates, though?
Apparently,
What?
she was like, she like wanted my number, and she was like, "Is it weird if I text him?" And her manager was like, "Yes, that's really weird. You can't do that." It's the only time I've ever been tanning though. I don't want to go back. That's my story.
Did you actually, like, get a tan?
I mean, I was in there
can't.
for like 20 minutes. I don't think I got tanned. I just was standing in a fucking booth, just like, why am I here?
It's
Why
not
am I
20
here?
minutes. The
And
max
I was-
time that they can give you is like 10 minutes legally.
And I was, well, she's
It's
the
10
fucking
minutes at a
The
time.
owner.
light wasn't even on.
And I was,
And Brian's just standing in the dark.
Right, it's just a closet.
Just a closet.
And she knows it's dark. She's like, what is he doing in there? He's so
There he
mysterious.
is right now. Brian's getting a tan. You can see the light. You can see the light from his headset. That's it. But he's getting a tan right now.
Little tiny light.
That's a sun.
That was 10 minutes of my
Twilight
life.
Zone.
That was 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
And I just
So
hid.
it was dark?
What?
Brian, there's
Oh
a
my
light
God.
in there. It's not pitch black in there. You go in the tanning booth and there's lights. The whole thing is lit up blue. It's so bright that you can't see.
No, I get it.
If it was
No, it wasn't a laying
If it
down
was
one.
completely-
It wasn't a laying. It wasn't the one where you like
yeah, the
encase it.
stand
It
up
was,
one.
it was a standing up one.
And you stand up in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go in those, and when you go in, you have to flip the switch to turn it on, and then it lights up.
Bro,
bright
I understand how that works. I
blue.
actually
And then you
light
stand
up?
in the lights.
yeah.
So why were you standing in the dark for 10
I
minutes?
wasn't.
That
It
means
was
you
a
did not get
joke.
tan.
I was playing into the joke that I was standing.
Okay.
So
That
now
was
you got everybody
confusing.
confused.
Sorry.
You should go back to the darkness.
You guys are fucking idiots.
Oh, we are, right? Those guys talking about how he stands in a tanning booth for 10 minutes in the dark without turning
I
it
didn't
on. They're the
actually
idiots.
stand in the dark. You can't make fun of me for something
Well,
I
now
didn't
everybody
do.
knows. Now the world knows.
I hate you.
So,
I hope the fucking one viewer we have hates you. I hate you. Speaking of hating people,
We need comments.
do you guys
We
hate
need
people?
more
We need
comments on these videos. Let's just be real. We need more comments on
And
the
we
videos.
I don't mind hate comments.
Come on, people.
You can
Let's
hate
go,
me.
people.
Yeah.
So
We're
wait,
ready
Hate
for
us,
them.
love
real
us.
question, PJ,
Just
do
say
you
hi.
hate anybody?
No.
Dan, do you?
I don't hate
Yeah.
anybody either.
This got brought up today in,
No.
in a group chat, and Dan's like, no, I don't hate anybody. And I was like, PJ probably won't hate anybody. I hate people. There's definitely people I hate. There's some people that I just think they're awful people, and I hate them. I don't want them dead. I just, there isn't anything nice about them at all.
Like who?
I can't name specifics.
You can't say names.
Who's the? No, you don't have to name specific people. But
There's
like,
a
Billy,
particular.
you gotta
Billy,
get the comments
Fred.
rolling.
Billy,
So
Fred,
I'll describe the
whoever
type
they are.
of person that I hate. 'Cause
Okay.
I think that'll work. And the people that know me, if you meet this personality, I hate you. So that won't be a mystery. So if you're like, oh man, I meet all these attributes, congratulations, you're on my hate you list. And there's quite a few of you. That I
Sorry,
know.
fans. Sorry,
Um,
fans. But we
fans-
still love you. We're the
Fans,
nice
I
guys.
can't hate. I haven't talked to you yet. But if I talk to you and you meet these characteristics, I promise you I will not like you. So the one thing is just like blind.
Blind?
Not
That's
blind
so
people.
rude.
Like
People
blind
can't be blind.
arrogance.
You think blind people?
You didn't understand.
Blind people, comment below. This fucking guy.
Blind people can't
They're
comment,
fucking
you
dumb.
asshole! Stop being insensitive. They can't see what
What
a
who said They
comment.
got Braille. They have Braille.
YouTube's not in Braille, you idiot.
The keyboards can be.
Doesn't
YouTube
mean-
is not the internet, okay?
Oh my god.
We're talking about commenting on YouTube. So
Alright,
that's
can you
relevant.
tell us what you actually
Okay,
hate?
blind
instead of
arrogance.
People?
Okay,
Is the
so
next
people-
part- is it- is it
people-
deaf? You hate deaf people next?
No. Well, if I did,
That's a
they
good
would
thing.
never hear it.
They'll never hear
They'll,
it.
they'll never know.
Exactly.
So, fuck it. I hate deaf people. Take that.
Oh my god, I did not say that.
Deaf
Well, we
people,
have-
comment below.
Helen Keller
You
is
don't
literally
deserve
the
that.
Hitler of my life. Because she's everything.
Oh my god.
I hate.
Helen Keller is everything that's wrong about America.
Alright. This is too
Tell us
fun.
what you actually hate, because now everyone
No.
hates you, Brian. The internet hates
I
you.
don't give a
Comment
shit.
below if you hate Brian.
I hope. I hope and pray. I'll fucking ride your coattails.
Oh, H&P, bro. H&P. You know what that stands for? Hewlett Packard.
What?
Hope and pray. H&P.
Hope and pray.
H&P.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hashtag
H&P right now. I'm gonna H&P. Can I
H&P.
can I get back to it? Speaking of shitty acronyms, we'll get to that next. But, I really hate blind arrogance. Like people that just think like they're so much better than everyone around them, and they're just like shitty, awful people. And like no matter what you say or do, like they're just the same shitty, awful person, no matter what. And like they just make it a point to go up to people and like state how much better they are and like try and intentionally put you down. Like people who like go out of their way to be like, meh, nice shirt you got on, loser, meh. Like why? What is the point of that? Like why
Nice shirt.
like why do you have to
Who
feel the need to
mirrors?
like
I never heard of mirror.
like it's just that's like the main
Merry Christmas.
thing.
No, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. There's people that are just super confident. They're like very, like they feel like their opinions are hilarious and they need to, you know, tell everybody if they don't like your shirt. Like, why is that important that you don't like my shirt?
Yeah,
like,
the
what
main
fuck?
thing is, like,
are
people
you
who
the
just, like-
fashion police?
Yeah, like there's I'll reference like there's like people I've like worked with, the people that'll be like they just try to always make like they're smarter than you, but like like I know how it is in your area because you don't have any work to do. Like they always just try and make it seem like it's just like ah it's just
Like they're doing something that's so special. For some reason,
Right.
everything that they
It's
do
too many
is so
odds in a row.
important.
It's just
I don't like that many odds in a row.
it makes me that angry. Like who the fuck are you?
If someone's saying that to you in the office, you should report them to
Yeah.
HR.
I hate people who do that. I hate people who make that noise all the time.
Sorry, Jeff.
Do you ever do that? You ever catch yourself doing that when you like sit down like an old man? You like sit down and you went like that.
It is a good
Like
feeling.
you're fucking
It's a
like
good
it's
feeling.
so hard. When you sit
a good
down,
feeling.
you just gotta let it all out.
This is what we call
Straight groaning
the
for like
the
30
podcast
minutes.
relax session.
Oh yeah, I told Neil that your kangaroo idea. I said that's fucking brilliant. So he's
Yeah,
he's
you guys should do it.
Let's do it.
When do we get Neil on the podcast? We got to get Neil on the podcast.
Yeah, come.
Oh,
let
not
them
a
know that
third
we need him on the
character.
podcast.
When we get 5 subscribers, right? That's what we said. We get our first guest. We got to make it worth his time. He's kind of a
5?
big
Yeah.
deal. He's kind of like a big personality.
5 subscribers. Neil Carroll is a big deal.
Neil Carroll is a big deal for people that are watching
His
this. He
YouTube videos
is a
have
comedian.
significantly more views.
Yeah, if you go
Yeah,
to,
they do.
if you Google Neil Carroll, you will actually find all of his, not all of it, but you'll find a good amount of stuff on YouTube actually, and you can watch him, and we can get him on the show if you guys subscribe. But we need
if you
5
continue to
And it's
Google,
Neil-
you'll find his
It's Neil
address.
with 2 L's. Very important.
Guys,
Very
Neil
important.
with 2 L's. Neil with 2 L's.
Sure, Neil loves
Neil
that. We
Carroll.
just divulged all of his information on the internet. But
We just
That's
doxed Neil. Oh no! Oh no!
That's okay.
It's alright.
That's
This is
okay.
early. This is early. We got one fan, and he wouldn't
the
do
whole
that
point
to,
is-
to us.
And the point is that Neil
knew
wants his
nothing
name out there
about
for
him.
comedy. That's why it's on YouTube. No, Neil wants his
We
name
know-
out there for comedy. That's why it's on YouTube. If he didn't want his name out there, he wouldn't put it on YouTube. He wants fans.
What?
Neil loves his fans. He's a good guy.
Neil
He's a
does
really
love
nice
his
guy.
fans.
if you guys don't like me, Neil's like the opposite of me. Like that's.
No one likes you.
Nobody likes you.
It makes me so happy when you say things like that. I don't know why. It's like overwhelming happiness.
Gob. Hashtag Gob. Get out, bro.
Yo, speaking of
Gob.
Neil,
You guys
I
like
gotta say
candles?
this because this made me crack
Oh,
the
I
fuck
just
up.
put my candle out.
You
So
guys
Neil-
like candles.
So this made me
Candles.
really.
Go ahead.
So Neil is Jewish for our viewers out there, and whenever someone types JK, he told me the other day, he was like, I don't know what it is. Whenever people say JK, I just instantly think they're calling me a Jew kike. And I was like, what, is it the world's laziest bigot? Like they have to
Brian,
abbreviate.
that is not acceptable for a podcast.
Abbreviated.
So then I thought of a
slurs.
whole
I
thing of
that.
like abbreviated bigots.
Oh man.
Like, and I was like, if one person would be that person, it'd be Justin Rader. Justin Rader would be the world's most abbreviating bigot that's out there. It's the only phases we can do shit like this. I don't care. We are one viewers. Like, who's this guy?
Oh. He's from Austria. Our viewer is a good guy.
Yo, I'm German, English.
I have a good feeling about him. Yeah, see, he's one of the family.
Yeah, man. Austria. Good people
like
came from
him.
there. You know,
Yeah,
Beethoven, right?
not good people. Not good people came from there too.
Yeah,
So there's
well,
that.
you just ruined my joke. I was going to
But-
throw Hitler in there. I was
Oh.
trying to think of more people to build up to Hitler first. I wasn't just going to throw him out there first thing. Because that's
You
not
waited
funny.
too long, dude.
But you were like, no,
You gotta
bad
make a
people came there
punching.
too. A guy named Hitler. He's terrible.
Maybe it's because your joke was so damn obvious. I beat you to your
What?
punchline,
All
pal.
right, let's change the topic here. What is your favorite?
Yo, this is
I
one of
wanna
the beauty
know.
of the internet. This is the internet versus radio. Radio, everyone wants to be edgy, but they can't even say shit. They can't
Fuck
say.
you, radio. Fuck you.
That's what they wish they
Just
could
kidding.
do. No, I mean, this
If
is really
you
good
get one
Not
on
radio.
the
just
radio.
kidding. Fuck you, radio.
We'll go on the radio if you want us to.
You just said you don't hate anybody. That's a lot of hate right there.
I hate things. I hate concepts. I don't hate individuals.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. That's a thing to get behind, ladies and gentlemen. Hate concepts, not
Yeah.
people.
Do it.
But what is your favorite dessert?
What is my favorite dessert?
Dessert.
Probably, I know it's
What is
real
your favorite
simple,
dessert?
but like a brownie sundae, dude. And that fucking gets me every time. If you have like a brownie with ice cream and like caramel, and chocolate sauce on top.
What kind of ice cream? Just vanilla?
I mean, it could be any
Little
kind of
vanilla
ice cream. You
ice
could
cream?
blow my fucking mind. I don't know. I mean, traditionally it's vanilla.
Mint
but, like,
chocolate chip?
I love mint chocolate
Green
chip.
mint chocolate chip. It's got to be
Yeah.
green.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
absolutely.
does
I don't
have
know
to
why
be
they make
green.
the white stuff. It's
The
got to
white-
be green.
No
Why
one
do they
eats
make
the
it
white stuff. No one wants vanilla ice cream with
one
chips.
eats-
Briars is white. I've eaten
white
it before.
stuff.
I
You
don't
just
like Briars.
It's not the
I
same.
hate Briars.
It's not the same.
I
It's all
hate
about the
Briars
colors.
ice cream. It's terrible.
Why? What's
I
wrong
don't
with
hate
Briars
Briars.
ice
It's
cream?
classic. That's what I ate
It's
as
an
a
American
kid growing
institution,
up.
Brian.
Well, I support
I
Hitler
ate that as a
before
kid
I
growing
support
up.
Briars ice cream. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, what is going on with the
This dude
H dog?
hates Briars ice cream.
It just doesn't
Weird.
taste as good as like Friendlies or like what are the other ones?
Friendlies.
Like Turkey Hill. Yo, Friendlies has got
Turkey, yeah.
That's not.
Friendlies
is not a
Gobble, gobble.
competitor.
It's
for
a yeah, it
Briars.
is. It's
They're
in the
not
fucking
same
grocery
thing.
store. It's a brand,
Well, I
man.
guess.
You
No,
idiot.
but Briars has been around in that ice cream shape for a long time. Friendlies just did the stuff in the store. I don't know if they've always
Yeah,
done
they did
that.
it better. They did it tastier and more delicious. That's all that matters.
I don't know.
I
It's
don't know, I
all
worked
ice
at
cream. Shit
Friendlies
tastes
for a long
amazing.
time back in the day, and it was good, but nowadays I like Briars.
I forgot you worked at Friendlies.
I went to
I
Friendlies
worked at Friendlies for
too.
like 2 or 3 years.
Everybody
You
Brian,
want
was
to
worked
hear
at
Friendlies
Friendlies.
stories?
so I was only there
let's
for
see.
a few months.
The Friendlies
You
I worked
both at
at had
Friendlies?
like
You both fucking worked at Friendlies?
we did.
So did
What?
Justin. So like we found out like everybody we know worked at Friendlies at some point.
I didn't fucking work at Friendlies.
Justin
What the
didn't
hell?
work at
Go get a
Friendlies.
part-time job at Friendlies. You just need to do it for like 2 months.
I'm gonna go fucking work at Friendlies.
You
Yep,
should do it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I mean,
manage this shit.
That's what all the cool
The
kids
Friendlies
do.
I worked at, there was a couple crazy stories that happened there.
I have a couple,
There's
too.
a couple.
Go ahead, you first.
I don't know why, but I feel like Friendlies always has like the most random people who just need that job, I guess. But
It's any
there's all
restaurant.
kinds of
It's like any chain
druggy
restaurant.
type dudes. Yeah, there was
Yeah.
one guy who did so many whippets. You know, if you don't know what whippets are, it's when you hold the whipped cream
Educate our
container
audience.
upside down or just slightly. But yeah, but this guy did so many whippets.
Nitrous oxide.
Yeah, the nitrous. He passed out in the freezer, and they found him with like lettuce and cheese like on him and stuff. Passed out against the freezer.
Nice.
So that guy got fired.
That's
and then
awesome.
another kid actually, he found a nitrous tank for the like balloons for like happy birthday balloons, and he was like going up there all the time and doing nitrous, and he passed out up there, and they found him too.
Why? Why was
That's
there
amazing.
just
Like,
full
what is
fucking
going on with this
container?
Friendlies?
So, the kid that
Fucking
was supposed
hippie
my
crap,
very
dude.
first day at Friendlies, my very first day, they were like super fucking casual about it too. They were like, the kid who's supposed to train you is in the hospital because he like overdosed on cocaine, so like he'll be in next week. And I was like, great, awesome introduction. And for context, I was 18. I was in college at the time. I was just starting. Like this is the only semester I went to school, and then I dropped out and quit Friendlies. Which is
Just
usually
left with that note.
which is usually like the opposite. I did the opposite order. Like usually you're supposed to drop out of college and then get the job at Friendlies, but I was like, nah, I'm done with this too.
Fuck everything.
Yeah, basically.
I'm starting over. I'm starting the fuck over.
And so then the other kid would just do like crazy amounts of pills, like during his shift. So he would always just come back from break, just fucking like not a person, incapable of doing of doing anything.
Just The Walking Dead. Just
Useless, yeah.
So then the one night, because I just did Fountain at the time, and the one night we got like a middle school dance, and those fuckers love ice cream.
if you don't know what the fountain is, that's the ice cream. That's
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
do the ice cream.
I think
That's
people
called the
know what
fountain at
is,
Friendlies.
right?
No,
What?
it's not
No,
always the same.
I didn't know that term. I don't know what that is.
That's why I explained it to him.
Well,
Just because you worked at Friendlies, not
fountain?
everybody knows what the
assumed
fountain is.
it extends
You know,
beyond
fountain
Friendlies,
sounds like the thing
Dan.
you drink water from.
It extends beyond Friendlies. Friendlies does not fucking innovate the
The
term
fountain.
fountain. Anyway,
Whoa, like the
You're a
like the
fountain.
soda machine?
no, bro.
No. It's,
Like just make an
they consider the area where you scoop ice cream and make sundaes called
It's like
the
an old
fountain.
school term.
That's called the fountain.
Why is it?
It's
Why
an
is it
old
called
school-
a fountain?
I don't know. I just know it's
I
an
don't
old
see.
school, like old fashioned, like ice cream term.
Yeah.
That's an ice cream term.
I swear to God, Briars probably had a
That's
fountain at one
hilarious.
place before they became Briars. They probably like
Well, there's
almost
probably ice cream sodas too. Ice cream sodas probably used to be really big, so they called it like fountains.
Fountain sodas. Yeah, maybe.
Look it up. But basically, this kid was so hopped up on pills that he was throwing up, and so like he's throwing up. The other kid just didn't show up. And all the waitresses are yelling at me, and I literally just screamed at everyone. Like, the whole restaurant probably heard me. I was like, listen, the other kid's on drugs, the other guy doesn't show up, what do you want me to do? There's always, like, I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs at Friendly's. Like, just children filling the entire restaurant. I'm just screaming, covered in ice cream. And like next thing you know, like every waitress is helping me make ice cream. Like everyone's fucking apologizing. I was the Hitler of Friendly's, like more or less.
What is with his name drop every 5 minutes?
It makes you so uncomfortable. I have to keep doing
guy.
it. I have to keep doing it.
The Austrian guy is we're trying to bring it back home for that guy.
Oh, dude, no.
Oh my
no,
God.
You can't just say we're trying to make it relatable. Like,
it's getting so much
we're
worse.
gonna lose him. I'm sorry. Please don't.
We're trying to make it relatable for you, so we're gonna reference the only notable Austrian.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger's Australian. Or Austrian. Not Australian.
It just clicked in me what you said. He's Australian.
You're so
Whoops.
I come from the land down under.
Down under. Fucking.
He's gone. We're starting back from zero again.
I'm afraid Arnold Schwarzenegger's
Yeah,
gonna beat the shit out of us for fucking saying that Hitler's the most notable person out of Austria and then calling him Australian. He's gonna be like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
Well,
calm
if
down.
Hitler was from Australia, people would not want to be from there either. So
That's I don't know. Shit, what are you doing? You're just making it worse. Leave the Hitler jokes to me.
So much worse. So much worse.
You don't have enough hate in your body
So
to
much
handle
worse.
the weight of making a Hitler joke. You're just crumbling under the pressure.
Yeah.
You're like
I just
everyone
can't
from
do
that
it.
country wouldn't want to live there anymore. Like meanwhile everyone in Austria is like, what the fuck?
And I said Australia again too. The whole thing's bad. The whole thing's really
All
bad.
right, so I looked up ice cream, and it says the history of ice cream in the 20th century is one of the great change and increases in availability and popularity. In the United States in the 20th century, the ice cream soda was the popular treat at the soda shop, the soda fountain, ice cream parlor. During American Prohibition, the soda fountain to some extent replaced the outlawed
We
alcohol
only care about the
establishments such
fountain
as bars
part.
and saloons.
We don't care about any of
I
this.
just told you about it. You fucking talked right over it.
No, you read about the foundation of ice cream in the 20th century.
There's no information about the fountain itself and why it's called a fountain.
If I Google this on my phone right now.
That was a great story. So I think as far as it's
All right.
gone, we have episode 2 is at the top. I think that our first episode is in the middle, and I think that this episode is probably the worst of all. That's what I'm thinking.
Why?
This is
Where do you
definitely
guys
horrible.
stand?
This is horrible.
It's
This
really
is the worst
bad.
one I've ever seen. This
Why is it
terrible.
bad? I think this is my favorite one.
We gotta.
I enjoyed this
Yeah?
one.
This is horrible.
We've had a lot of
Maybe.
laughs.
Maybe.
I think the fact that we're pointing out
We
the
have.
fact that we think it's terrible is probably not the best route to pull people in. You think fucking Apple makes a product even though they're all shit and says, "Oh, this one's the worst one we've ever made yet." The iPhone 7's shit.
They could. It wouldn't
think-
even matter.
We
They
think
would just
the
do it.
iPhone 5 was probably our peak, but from here on out, it's just no. Every fucking time they're
It's
like,
all
"This is gonna
downhill.
be the most
all downhill from
revolutionary
here.
fucking product of your life, man. You're gonna be able to call people more crisp than you ever called anyone ever before. You can connect to them through the fucking clouds, man. And guess what? We
Alright,
made your
well-
screen as large as your laptop, because now you don't need an iMac, because of the same product. And together, we can cure Ebola. Apple. That's fucking their slogan, dude, and I hate them so much.
Alright, PJ, so what is
so
your
serious.
favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert? I like cheesecake. You ever got like a
cheesecake's good.
soft, like a soft cheesecake?
Any
That's real
particular
nice.
kind of cheesecake or just plain cheesecake?
I don't like them too fancy. I feel like you just go with
No?
a nice, just like a regular cheesecake. Maybe some cherries or strawberries on the top.
That's good,
Little bit.
strawberry cheesecake. I actually like, the Cheesecake Factory has this banana one, and it's awesome. If you're into bananas, it's really good.
Yeah.
What about bananas?
Yeah. That Cheesecake Factory.
Where were you?
The cheese-
Where'd you go?
Where did you go, Brian?
I don't
You
know.
ditched us.
Is
Where
it
did you
bad?
go?
Is it bad
Yeah.
when one of the hosts of the show gets bored with what's being discussed? Is that not a good thing?
Yes, it's really bad.
I don't give a shit about your guys' favorite dessert. It's a horrible question.
This is the best one yet.
I'm just kidding.
So what are good questions?
I don't know, dude. You're the
Oh,
fucking
Well,
host. You're the main host. You're
I
the
wanted to
fucking
know
head
what people
MC.
eat for
I'm
dessert.
the
That was
main
it.
host. What?
Yeah, bro. You're the brainchild. You're the fucking head MC. You're
Oh,
the fucking
just because I came up with the
foundation.
idea doesn't mean I'm the host. Ryan Seacrest did not invent American Idol.
bro.
He is American Idol.
Don't get fucking literal on me. You're the goddamn host of this stupid show. This is all you. I'm just the side guy.
Don't blame this on me. You are not the side guy.
He's
I mean,
the guy that
unless you're
drives
on
the
one
little
of the
cart
sides.
on the side of the motorcycle.
I prefer to be the
Mm.
side guy. I'm just the guy who makes inappropriate comments. You're supposed to be the meat and potatoes. You're the heart. I'm the fucking
That's
fun
not
part.
a
Meat
good
and
thing.
potatoes sound good.
I'm the penis, man.
That to meat and potatoes does sound good.
Doesn't that meat and potatoes? I feel for like a good stew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nice hearty
Babe-
stew with some carrots in there.
Baby, you got a stew going.
Oh, you got a stew.
I just think people are gonna watch this and like they're gonna watch like what if like we have 12 episodes and someone's like, you know what? I'm gonna watch all 12. They're gonna walk away and be like, I don't understand anything that happened. Like there's just so much information just coming at you.
Not
Like,
really. As long as if you're watching, it's a lot for you because you're not paying attention.
You just put it on in the background. You
No,
catch it every once in a while. Maybe
we
you're
gotta
doing
find a
something else.
platform
What?
just to come at people with. And that's not our
I
platform.
mean, it's
platform?
It's possible.
I don't know. It
Guys,
can't
what do
be
you want us
platform
to
is
talk
fun.
about?
not
Leave us
calling us
comments
Alright, what-
so we know what to
Austrians.
talk about.
What
Yeah.
do you want us to
Our
talk
one
about?
viewer,
Because
you
I
can
talked
shape our
about
destiny.
camels today. I talked about NASA.
Yeah.
We talked about Ebola. We talked about desserts. We talked about
NASA?
Halloween costumes. Yeah.
I'm just being
we
a
talked about how
hard ass.
NASA's going to be putting astronauts into deep sleep.
Was I
We never
going
really
to that
touched
part?
on that. That was when the ringing was
No.
going on.
Yeah.
Which
NASA,
came back from me right now.
is
But we'll get past that.
apparently, NASA is exploring deep sleep techniques for when they send people to Mars, so that
Yeah, I
they
read
don't
about
actually
that.
have to be awake for the whole travel time, because it's actually a long time to get there. It's considered. My whole thing is like, if you go to Mars, I guess you die. I think it's a one-way mission, honestly.
Bro, they don't
Yeah,
fucking
you're gonna
send
live
you
there
to
for the
your
rest of your
death.
life.
I'm
I'm
almost
pretty sure it's
positive.
a one-way mission for
There's
the original.
no way.
It's not a
I'm-
two-way mission. Yeah, it totally
I'm pretty
is.
sure I'm pretty sure it's a
What?
one-way mission.
What?
They've never
I mean, they're not
We've
sending
never
you
had-
your...
Yeah, they are.
You guys go to the movies?
It's a
sending
one-way
you to your
mission. That's a
death in
fucking
any-
trip to your death.
Yeah.
What,
the
what,
thing
what
is, this is
isn't
for
a trip
human
to your death,
exploration.
though? Like, you're
Don't
just
get
going out there.
fucking
You're
philosophical
exploring.
on me. Isn't
It's
all of your
true.
journeys a trip
is.
to the death?
If I live in America and I move to Kenya or something like that, like, is that a death sentence? I'm just moving there.
Okay,
That's
what are
where I
you
live
moving
now.
for? What are you doing?
That's how you colonize. To colonize the planet. That's how colonies work, dude.
You're always a one-way trip to what? Fucking, you guys gonna build a hospital in the fucking rock there? Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, they're gonna build some shit. They're gonna do studies on stones. Probably fuck a
Yeah,
whole
they're
lot.
going to send information back. I'm pretty sure it's a one-way trip. I mean,
What else is there to do?
What if
It's
there's
the
only
future
like
of
one
humanity,
girl?
Possibly.
Is it just gonna be the world's first international gangbang? Is that or international?
I don't
And then-
think so.
yeah,
I think they'll
glass-
Oh my
plan for
God.
that. What was that?
Right as you said that, I broke my tweezers. I don't know what happened, but my hands.
You were
I broke my
tweezing?
tweezers. No, I
What are
wasn't
you
literally
tweezing?
tweezing. I had them in
So
my
wait,
hands.
hold
I was
on.
not
I need
tweezing.
clarity. Oh, is it a one-way mission? Is that for real? Is that the deal?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I'm pretty
is.
sure it's a one-way mission.
It is, yeah.
Why can't they
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
back? How long does it take to get there?
Because they don't.
How would you get the power to get them off the planet?
Exactly. That's the whole problem. If they have to put you into a deep
They're
sea,
landing?
you're going somewhere.
But how
far.
are they going to land? They can't just stay on the surface the whole time. How do they get people off the
That's
moon
what
again?
happens.
What?
I mean, that's different. It's so close that they
It's
have
way
the power
closer.
to do that.
Yeah,
I know it's way
closer.
closer, but
This
wouldn't
is really.
so it's not a matter of power
This is
getting
really
off the
far
planet.
away.
It would be a matter of fuel. Like, wouldn't the same amount of force
Yeah,
to get off the
basically.
moon be near Mars? I mean, Mars probably has different gravity. I don't know shit
But
about
this-
space.
No, yeah, the gravity's much different. It's probably closer
Yeah.
in gravity to Earth than it is to the moon. The moon's super small.
Yeah,
It's
it's
true,
not
honestly.
relevant. Isn't gravity based on? Is it the mass of the planet, or is it based on the distance?
It's the mass of it's the mass of the object. It's pretty relevant.
Bro, I don't
the
know
distance
shit
of what?
about this, so educate me. I know about technology, but when it comes to like space shit, I think aliens are cool. I like those
Yeah.
those whole concepts. I definitely think there's
No,
life
it's
out
totally
there.
how big the planet is. Yeah.
Is that
You
how it
sound,
works?
I'm telling
you
you.
sound like I'm
That's how
working
it
through
goes.
this, but you don't know 100% if that's actually true. But like, this sounds logical. That's
I'm not a fucking physicist, so I don't know for fact, but I mean, like, what else is it? What else would cause gravity than the mass of the Earth in the middle?
It's the distance from the sun, I believe, and the
That's what I
atmosphere.
thought.
How strong the atmosphere
What?
is. It's the
Yeah.
distance from the sun and the atmosphere. Yeah.
Yeah, because the sun
So
is the
what is-
gravitational pull around everything, right? The sun is the focal point of our solar system.
Mm-hmm.
So the closer you
Yeah.
are to the sun, the stronger the pull is because you're it's like a vortex, right? You're closer to the eye of the storm. So like Pluto, it's that's why our year is based on 365 days because that's how long it takes us to go around the sun.
Right, yeah.
That
yeah.
other planets should have less gravity because they're further from the sun.
Yeah.
So Mars should have less gravity.
It takes
than
Find out, Dan, find out how much 200 pounds is on the moon and on Mars.
Okay, 1 second.
Dan, we're gonna call him Stats Dan or Danny Stats.
Yeah, Stats Dan. Stats Dan. Baby Stats. I love that. That's even better.
Baby Stats.
What up, Baby Stats?
Okay, so I'm gonna enter my weight here, okay, and it'll tell you what your weight is on every different planet.
And the
I would
moon, too.
imagine Mars would be lighter, but I don't know.
So let's see here.
Wait, is Mars closer to the sun?
So I put my weight in, right, as 180
No,
pounds.
it's the next one. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars.
Okay,
Okay, ready?
Mercury. I always forget
Uh,
Mercury.
Listen, I'm 180 pounds, so I put that in, and it's basically saying that on the moon I would weigh 29.8 pounds,
Okay.
and on Mars I would weigh 67.8 pounds.
See?
Okay, so it is way less then.
Yeah.
But I wonder
The
if it's still because
closest,
it's far.
It has to be a
You're right.
resource.
I would be
thing. It has to be a
100
fuel
you're right.
thing. It has to be a
Well,
fuel
listen to this.
thing.
On Venus, I would be 163. Now, if we were to go to Jupiter, I would weigh 425 pounds.
So it's not based on
Well, then the
distance,
weight-
then. It's got to be.
And then if you go to Pluto, you would weigh 12 pounds.
What the fuck is the calculation for gravity, dude? What is the metric for like?
Maybe we
not
don't know.
Based, I'm pretty
Imagine
sure
if
it's
we didn't
based
know.
on the distance and the atmosphere of that planet. Like, if
So it's both.
based on the atmosphere. Yeah, and the reason why our gravity is so close is because of the moon. That's why our gravity is like that. If the moon were to explode, our gravity would be flipped upside down, and we'd be screwed. So I also think it has to do with the moons, the locations of moons to the planet, or how close you are to other planets in general.
So this is gravity is the fundamental forces of physics.
If anybody's good at physics and wants to come on the show, we'll have you.
Yeah. Yeah, we will totally
Talk about-
have guests
Yes,
from the
I would-
comments
I
on
would
the show.
fucking love that. And if
That
you're
would
also,
be really cool.
if you're into aliens as well, that'd be like a huge bonus because you could do like a whole physics /
Yeah.
alien conspiracy episode. So that
See,
guy
anything
from
you want to
Austria,
plug, we will ask you questions.
if you still like
That's
us,
a good idea.
I like that idea.
Anybody
who's into
actually, we'll
space
just
stuff
throw this
that
out
can
there.
help us.
Anybody who wants to talk about anything that they're specialized in, please let us know.
Anything.
We would love to
At
talk
all.
to you.
Actually, you know what else I would like
Yeah,
to talk
Except
to?
for
Somebody
quoting.
who
If
knows
you're into
about the
quoting, I
deep
don't
sea.
give a shit. Don't care.
Quilting?
Don't want to know.
We care about quoters. We'll talk about you one day.
No,
I would like to know
I want to
about
talk to
quilting.
deep sea people.
Nope.
Who knows about the deep sea and what kind of creatures we
Deep
can find
sea.
there and how far away we are from it. We need somebody about space. We need somebody about deep sea. Let's talk about some
I want to talk
volcanoes.
to a prostitute. Yo,
Oh my
if we can
God.
get a prostitute on the show,
I mean, you're
That'd
the,
be cool.
you're the
Like a
guy out
real
in Vegas. Can't you just go outside and be like, hey?
I probably could. I could pay one. I could
What,
pay
just
one
come-
for
I
an
don't think you can
hour
do that.
just to come
I
on
don't
the
know if you can.
podcast.
If you can
Oh,
broadcast paying a prostitute and acknowledging that.
100 subscribers, and I will buy a prostitute for the podcast.
Not to have sex with, to talk with.
I mean, whatever. No, of course to talk with.
Yes.
I would have so
Just to
many
basically find out.
questions.
What do you want to find out her story and how she got into that line of work, or
What
how that
if,
became her life?
what if you found like a really
probably
cool
have
prostitute
crazy
with like a
stories,
crazy
tons
ass
of
story
stuff.
though?
Yeah.
Like what if there was one where like she was from Austria, right?
What's with why is it
Austria.
I'm
Bring
back.
it back.
bringing it back?
But like,
Bring
no,
it
what
back.
if you never know, man.
Four.
Crazier things have happened. Like, what if we end up discovering this person on our podcast, and our podcast becomes famous, and that was the platform for them to like get to the next level in life, and they came out from the ashes of being a prostitute because PJ Walsh paid her to come on our podcast. That's our dream, guys.
Yeah.
If you can make us famous, we could save a prostitute's life. They're in your hands. Help
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
save prostitutes and give them better.
100 subscribers. 100
We're
subscribers.
not even asking much. That's 100 people. You gotta click a button. You gotta click a. We already got one guy. So
Yeah.
that's 99
Seriously?
more.
Just click it.
Come
Tell
on,
your
guys.
friends.
Just click that shit.
We're doing it for a good cause. We want to help people.
But yeah,
Alright,
we'll talk to
Brian, where are we
anybody who knows
time-wise?
anything.
Where are we time?
We're at 51 minutes.
We are at. No, it's the call duration, bro. You gotta let me do my thing.
Same difference.
We're at 41 minutes. It's not the same difference because we talked for a bit before recording. Because people had to run away. Yeah.
But I'm sure the people listening
Just
don't
do
care
some
about
things.
how much. People don't care about how much you want to leave the call right now. They want to see how much we care about the call.
I enjoy this. I have fun.
I mean, I guess, yeah, the time limit should not be so strict. I think that we can always just put it up there. If you don't want to watch anymore, you can just stop watching.
Let's just keep throwing stuff out there just to see what sticks. I think like every 100
Yeah.
subscribers, we should try and get on like a different person to like give them an opportunity to tell their story or something. Like find
So I
something.
don't think it needs to be 100.
or like whatever. Like
For
different
right now, I would
milestones. Different milestones. We'll say
We'll
that
see.
way.
Milestones.
People
I don't know.
can upvote and downvote the comments. So
Like
the
we could
people that are
find like
important,
a
we will
homeless
find
person.
them. We'll
And
find
PJ,
them.
That's true.
you'll be the person who brings all these people into your home because I can't. But
No, you can just add another call. We just add another call.
How are we gonna add a homeless
You
person
got
to a call,
4
PJ?
boxes.
I said I wanted to add a homeless person. I wanted to find different street people.
They can go to the
You know what
library.
you do?
They go to
You
the
get
library.
it on. You get the app on your phone,
Fuck.
and you go out and you do it on your phone.
Bro,
Yeah.
they're
Because you can do it on your
homeless.
phone.
It was. They don't
I'm
have
talking
phones.
about you can. I'm talking
I
about
got
you walk out.
LTE, bitch.
You find a homeless person and you speak with them and you have them agree and then you film the video while holding it
Okay.
and you do a video of both of you.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. We'll get there. We'll save the
But
prostitutes.
I mean, you don't have to be
homeless
homeless
people.
to do this. I mean, you could be, whatever, a firefighter
This
or a
crazy stuff,
construction
man.
worker. Anybody with a cool story that has anything interesting to
Yeah.
talk about.
Remember the homeless guy?
Factory, tell us about bread.
Who was the guy with the crazy voice? He was like the golden voice, and he was homeless. And then like they ended up.
Oh, I remember that guy.
Yeah, they ended
Oh,
up
yeah.
he got off the streets. He's like a famous radio broadcaster now. Yeah, he got a
Yeah, see? We can change lives.
We can.
We can.
You
I mean, we
guys-
might only have one subscriber, but we may change your life.
Just click a button. That's all you gotta
Click
do to
a
change your
button.
life.
That's what you gotta do. Subscribe to us. It's true. Do.
So what are you guys doing this weekend? Anything?
Tomorrow I'm supposed to go to a happy hour and meet up with a guy I haven't seen for a long time who went through crazy shit. Like he was with a girl for 8 years or 9 years, and they were gonna buy a house, and then she left him, and then took all of his money, and refuses to give it back. So he's basically broke. It's gonna be a really sad meetup, I think. But I haven't seen him in a few months since everything went down because he's just been super stressed. So he just first pursue suing the fucking love of his life who refuses to give him back any money. It's pretty terrible. I don't
That's
get too much
crazy.
further into it. Then Saturday I'm going to see a Temple football game with Neil. He asked me to do that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's cool. You ever been to one before?
I have not.
It's at
I've
Lincoln
never been to a
Stadium.
live football game either.
At the Link.
I've never
It's
been to
pretty
a
cool
live
there. I went
football
there
game.
with
I've been
Dale a couple years ago.
I've been with every sport, but football.
Yeah, I went there a couple years ago with Neil to see a Temple game, and it was really cool because it doesn't get super packed, so you can kind of like go closer to the field. So it's pretty nice. I mean, that's probably the closest I'll ever sit for any type of game.
It was like row 182, and it was like $35. Like it wasn't bad.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know what they're playing?
They're like, I keep making fun of their name. They're the fucking Tulsa Golden Hurricanes, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Golden Hurricanes?
You're from. It sounds
Golden Hurricane.
like you're from Tulsa. Like, how many hurricanes are you getting in fucking Oklahoma? Like, you guys are known for tornadoes. Why are you not like the twisted tornadoes?
They're golden.
You guys are golden hurricanes? It just sounds dirty. I don't know. I don't like it.
Twisted Teas.
Like I know what a golden shower is. Is a golden hurricane just that, like intensified?
Golden shower. Yes. Totally.
We got a category
would it
7 golden hurricane. Like that just sounds horrifying.
If you're from there and you're watching and you like the team, explain to us where the name came from, so we know. Write it in the comments.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
We can't do that
if
for
like
every.
10 people from Tulsa were just.
You never know.
To be fair, if anybody had free
You never
time on
know.
their hands to watch 3 people do nothing, it'd be 10 people from Tulsa. So.
Definitely 10 of them. It has to be 10 at one time.
Ooh. Tulsa. Ooh.
Now we turn into owls.
I just feel like the whole Midwest.
Ooh.
I know nothing about it. I need to like go out there and like meet those people because like I just feel like I don't know shit about people from like North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana. Like, what is your life? What do you do? I know nothing about you, and I have no real desire to.
Meth.
Than...
They do fucking crystal meth.
That is. I know
that
Fargo
is essentially
is North
popularized,
Dakota.
though.
That's about it. Good movie. That's all I know.
I always wanted to go to like Yellowstone Park.
Fargo was a good movie.
It is. They seem. I
You
went
know
to
what?
Buffalo,
I want
New
to see
York.
that Gone Girl movie.
What's the deal with that?
Ben Affleck.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh
It's
my
Ben
God.
Affleck. It looks pretty good, Gone Girl. It's basically like they say that this husband, or everybody basically thinks that this husband killed his wife, but they can't find the body or something like that, or they can't prove it. So everyone in town basically hates this guy, and he's trying to like help with the search, finding the body, but like no one really wants him around, no one trusts him.
He's the Brian Johnson.
Apparently they find.
Okay.
Yeah, basically they find like her diary where she says she's scared of him and stuff, but he's trying to like say it's not him, and they have no evidence it is him, so they can't arrest him. But like it's like this whole thing where I've only seen the preview, not the actual movie, so like the preview shows like I would never hit you, and then the next scene she's laying on the ground and he's standing above her. And she's like, I'm friends with my husband.
Cool. Yo,
It seems actually pretty good.
You made a good point. The whole concept of that movie, isn't it? It's kind of like it's not that it's shitty.
Are you thinking
but
of
like,
Prisoner?
No, not Prisoner. Like if the U.S. people think you're guilty of a crime and like you don't get committed for it, it's like you did anyway, because everyone hates you forever. Like OJ will forever be known as a murderer by like everybody.
Yeah, even if he didn't do it, yeah. That's true.
What's her name? Casey, whatever. Who was the one that like?
Casey Anthony. Casey Anthony.
No one's ever gonna be in love. You know what I mean? Like, there's too much like almost pinpointing evidence that like everyone just made it up that you've gotten away with it. The cop who murdered that one kid, the Trayvon Martin case, whatever it was, or that guy's name.
Oh, George Zimmerman. Yeah.
That one. Yeah. Like, not that
he was
shitty.
not a cop.
No, he was not a cop.
He was like a neighborhood watch,
He was like the neighborhood watch.
Yeah. That's my fault.
Self-appointed neighborhood watch.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like shit like that. Like, not that I feel like you shouldn't be judged by everyone, but it's kind of our justice system in general annoys me. Like it's a very
weird, yeah.
It's a very frustrating system. I feel like there's so many loopholes to it. Is the thing that bothers me the most. And there's so many people that get like convicted of like. There's so many cases of people like getting convicted on like retarded reasons and then getting let out like later, like sorry, you were wrong. You didn't actually do that.
What do you mean?
I feel like rape
Like
cases.
the
people
like
who
very,
are like
I feel like any rape
wrongly
case
accused.
is very
yeah.
like I don't
DNA
know.
evidence and stuff like that comes out later, and it wasn't
Yeah.
you, and you were in jail
Yeah.
for 20 years.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that must suck.
That kind of stuff always freaks me out, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to have. Because it just creeps me out. I don't even like want to make eye contact with certain women because I'm like they're gonna say I raped them. Like I just don't. Just makes me so nervous.
Oh my god. Well, you should not be
Just
looking
give
at him
him-
like that. If you're giving him
No,
the creepy eyes,
bro.
Rapey eyes.
Not
don't
how
get.
I meant. I said make eye contact, not fucking stare at them. That's completely different.
Your fucking microphone is garbage.
No, you gotta pretend it doesn't exist.
My
I'm
microphone?
immune to it now. It's like my mother. I just don't hear it anymore. It's just not.
Just tune it out.
It's
Just
not,
tune it out.
It's just not there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What about you guys?
For
You guys
my
ever say
weekend,
what
I'm
you
not
were
really.
doing? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was just going to say, for my weekend, I'm not exactly sure yet, honestly. I don't have any, like, major plans, I guess, per se.
Saturday night, bro. We're going out Saturday. I forgot that part.
Where are you going on Saturday?
Our friend's having, like, a benefit at a bar in Philly, so, we're going to be heading up there.
It's like
just kind of show our
AIDS
support for a
awareness
little while.
one. We should give that a shout out. What's the organization called? Let's look on Facebook. Let's give it a little shout out.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's
He's
a
like
little shout out.
he's like really involved with like an AIDS support community, like the whole HIV thing within the gay community. He's like really involved with like
Let me see if I can
all
find
the
it.
fundraisers and stuff like that.
Yeah, we got it right here. Third annual Runraiser at Taboo Sports Bar, Saturday, October 11th from 9 to 2 a.m. It's hosted by the Coven at 200 South 12th Street in Philly. It's basically like $10 to get in, and it gets you a free drink and into the party. And then there's apparently special performances by a couple, I guess, local acts. And then they have like $6 absolute drinks, $3 beers, and then it says all the money donated will go to the AIDS fund to benefit the Mazzoni Center. That's cool. Like you know, all the money they earn for that night for drinks, it's all going towards it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
Gives
cool.
it like a better cause to actually drink, I guess.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I feel like that's a good idea because it gets people out there.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with getting people out there to do the thing they want to do, and have them benefiting from something at the same
But the
time.
thing is, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
it's Philly, so people are walking in and out of bars like the whole night. So if you have like an event going on, other people are going to notice it from down the street. They're like, oh, let's go check that out. They come in, they realize what it is. More people come, you know, they invite their friends, and it kind of just grows like that. That's the cool thing about, you know, like having a bar, like especially in an area like Philly. It's so easy just to have
People
foot
feel like
traffic
they're
in and
doing
out.
something.
Yeah, it's like, and they have good foot
Pretty much.
traffic. If you can have good foot traffic, it's good.
You know, you feel like you helped a little bit. You got to have a good night. You know, it wasn't any different.
Yeah,
You just saw a lot of people and stuff. I think
my
it's cool.
karma for the week.
You're going out. If you're going to go out and drink anyway, you might as well go there and, you know, have it be for a good cause.
So our
Yeah.
viewers from Philly for tuning in. Taboo Sports Bar, 9 p.m.
Do
to
it.
2 a.m.
Go there.
But the problem is that they probably won't see this until after that's aired. So
Oh shit. So I hope you went.
I hope you went.
We hope you saw you.
If I saw you there,
That was
it was
all a
nice
big
to meet you.
waste.
If this blows
I saw
up,
you
if
there,
you
it was nice to
recognize
meet you.
us, we're glad you came.
We gave you the shout out.
We did.
Yeah. And
And we
we probably
wish we
didn't
met
talk
you.
at that point.
And I'm sorry
But
if I
we
gave
wish
you
we
I
rape
went to a
had.
haunted
eyes.
house.
If I gave you rape eyes,
Did
I
you?
didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. You went to a haunted house?
Yeah, I went to a haunted house last weekend. My first haunted house of the season, which is cool.
That sounds awesome.
That's pretty cool. How was it?
Yeah, it was like one of those ones that's, I guess, geared more towards like adults or whatever. Like there's like it was like
it's-
17 and older or something like that, which was kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, like when you first walk in, they basically stick you in like a closet, like by yourself. So even if you
Fuck.
came with somebody,
That.
yeah,
Fuck
they
that.
separate you and they put you in these closets. That's actually for me, that was the worst of it. But
Yeah?
they put you
So
in
what
there
happens?
and they're like basically saying creepy shit to you over the
I'd
like
freak out.
there's like a microphone system or something like that. Yeah. So you're in there for like a minute, which like it's a fucking really long time, especially because you don't know what's gonna happen.
PJ, you're kind of
Well,
like
you're
fading in and
going
out. Yeah. You might want to like.
Yeah, because you're moving around. You have to hold your headset or don't move as much. There you
Sorry.
go. There you go.
Continue,
I'm
though.
getting a lot of fucking ring right now too.
You gotta ignore it. You gotta ignore it.
Anyway,
man.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
I've been doing it
But
the whole
so after you leave
50
that
minutes.
area, it's like, yeah, it's terrible. But so after that, like it's typical haunted house sort of stuff, which was cool. But they had a lot of setups that I hadn't seen before, where they had like a dude that like you walked into a room and he's hanging from a noose from the ceiling, and like you just walk in and you just assume he's kind of a guy there, and then like you walk past him and he like starts moving around. They must have had him on some sort of like seat harness or something. And like that's
crazy.
creepy enough. But when you go to walk out of the room, he can cut the wire, and then
Were
he
you
like
with
chases
Rachel
you
or
out
by
of the
yourself?
room.
He chased you out of the room?
Yeah, no, I went with Rachel. It's the two of us. Yeah. Yeah, it was really
so
cool.
He cuts his wire and chases you out of the room? That's crazy. Did you run?
Stressed.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you run. Go,
Yeah,
go!
Dude,
Go!
I'll say right now, I'm the biggest bitch when it comes to horror stuff. Like this, I would have been crying just a little bit on the inside, and then it would slowly just sit there because I panic,
Dude, it's
man.
fun.
I'm a panicker. Like, and I can do a bit in public where I can keep it together, but for the most part, I just. How long was the whole thing? The haunted house?
Maybe like 10 or 15 minutes. There was actually 3 different attractions, but that one was the best of all of them.
You know what I want? You know what I want someone to do, and I would totally pay for it, because these things, the things with this haunted houses thing is usually like a ton of people, and it's kind of like a whole process to do it. And it's not that they're not cool; they're just over so fast. I want to do something that's like if I want to get scared, if I want to get myself in that emotional state, I want to at least be a little bit scarred afterwards. Like I want to do like a 4-hour event, like just a fucking all night. Like mental hospital, just fucking break you
constant.
down. It's like just like, and if at any point in time,
do something like that.
If at any point in time like you feel like you can't handle it, like absolutely cannot handle it, like they'll fucking quietly get you out. But like I want to do like an overnight like stay, but like just shit is pre-planned. You know who does crazy stuff like that? Is like, you ever see like those crazy Japanese game shows? There was one that I saw that was just, it was the funniest, horrific thing I've ever seen. These guys were like overnight in a gym, and it was like 120 minutes this episode, or like this show. I have no idea what it's called, by the way. It was on Reddit one day. But these guys would be sleeping in the gym, and just during the night, horrible things would happen to them. Like guys would just like come shooting out of the floor with like fucking like brooms and stuff, and would just start beating them. They would just like find one random person and just start beating the shit out of them. And then they would just go away.
They beat them?
Yeah.
I don't want to get beaten. You know, I want to be scared. I want a good scare, but I don't want to get beaten.
Well, no, this was the hard thing.
We can do somewhere that's haunted when PJ's back.
And it goes away right away. It's really weird.
Yeah. I don't hear anything.
I don't know. Never mind. That's really weird. I don't know.
We could do a haunted thing when you get back into town and like just go somewhere, stay somewhere that's haunted.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, there's gotta be
I went to Cape May, and I have a pretty good story about that with Cape May. So Cape May is supposed to be, like, for people who are unfamiliar with it, it's a shore town in New Jersey, but it was one of, like, the original colonial towns, and it's supposed to be, like, the most haunted shore town, or, like, one of the most haunted areas in New Jersey. Oh, but there's one house in particular, I forget the name of the street, but it's been abandoned for, like, 10 years. It's worth, like, it's like a multi-million-dollar home, and the owner won't sell it. Apparently, he saw, like, full-body apparitions, fled the house, won't go back, won't sell it. You know, like, my dad he would go on these ghost tours. My dad gets really into ghosts, and he asked the guy about this house, and the guy, like, wouldn't talk about it, and he thought it was an act, because it was a private tour. It wasn't like he was with, like, a group of people. And the guy was like, no, I'm just not comfortable talking about it. It was kind of, like, a big deal for the town. I don't want to do it. And, like, he couldn't really get any information out of it, so obviously, like, just bugged the shit out of my dad. And I have some really cool pictures of the house. Remember, Dan, I showed you how it looks like there's, like, a fucking face in the window? Like, it's really creepy, dude.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like it looks like a grandmother face. Like, I'm not one to be, like, you can kind of make anything out of anything, but, like, this is, like, a full, I freaked out when I saw it. But basically, we looked up, like, the history of the house, and they used to do lynchings there. And that's exactly what the apparitions were. So basically, they would execute people in the backyard, And the guy claims in his article, whatever, that he saw people with bags over his head just running through his house screaming. So then he like ran out to the backyard, and there was just like more things. And then he just went out of the house and just never went back. Refuses to, and he won't sell it. It's a multi-million-dollar
Yeah.
home that he won't sell, and it's just sitting there completely vacant.
That's crazy.
And I told my dad, I was like,
That's pretty crazy.
I was like, can I just go up to the door? And my dad was freaking out. He was like, absolutely not. He's
Yeah.
like, bring a demon back. Not dealing with that. It's
A
not
demon? Fuck that. There's probably homeless people in there.
I don't know,
Maybe.
dude.
That'd be a sweet house.
It maybe, dude, but like, I don't know. That house is probably.
Do you
haunted,
get like that though? Like I've never had a ghosty experience. I've never had any sort of like supernatural. This is really weird sort of stuff. Never once in my life.
I have.
Both of you tell your stories because I would like to know about that.
You go first, then. Yours is pretty good.
Well, I have a couple, honestly.
I do too.
I guess I will tell the most recent one. I had an apartment probably like a couple years ago, 3 years ago. And when I moved in, I used to go fall asleep. And every time I always went to bed at the same time for work because that's, wake up at the same time, go to bed at the same time. You have your routine. So basically every night when I would go to bed, I would turn off all the lights and I would get in the bed. And right before I would fall asleep, basically around the same time, I would hear banging on the pots in the kitchen and inside the cabinets. It sounded like somebody was, like tap, 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 like tapping on the pots in the kitchen.
What?
So that used to happen for a while. And then, yeah.
Did you get up and look? Like what?
Yeah.
What is the
Like
first
this gets worse.
time it happens?
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
the first time I definitely got up and looked and then nothing was there. And it stopped like when I got closer. So I was like, okay, I don't know what that is. I thought maybe it was the neighbors or stuff because it was a high-rise building. Obviously, people can make noise in different apartments. There was another time where the clothes got swooshed, like the clothes in the closet
Like a breeze?
moved. Yeah, like a breeze, basically, but it wasn't a breeze.
Like they slid to the other end.
Like they did that, and then there was another
What?
night where I was falling asleep, and this was like the last experience I had with it, but I was falling asleep and it felt like a hand grabbed me, and it freaked me out really bad. It was like a hand
grabbed?
literally like grabbed me. Yeah, I used to call him Ernie.
Where did it grab you?
Didn't you scream at it when it grabbed you?
Yeah, like
on your back?
It startled me. Yeah, it startled me. Yeah. Because I was like laying on my side facing, it was like against the windows with like the radiator, so I was facing the other way.
Oh shit.
And
That would freak the fuck out if that happened.
Yeah,
so mine isn't a bad experience, but it still really freaks me out. There's a couple instances of it. So for context, my childhood house that I grew up in for 17 years, the woman passed away in the house. She was like an old sweet lady. My dad always said she was like a nice ghost. But as a kid, I've never felt this sensation. Like, how some people say, like, you can get so psyched out, you can, like, trick yourself into seeing or feeling different things. Like, that's sort of the whole logical explanation.
Yeah, that's what I always thought it was.
Which is definitely true. You can definitely get yourself so worked up that you feel like you see things. But I've never felt this sensation anywhere outside of that house, ever in my whole life, which is similar to Dan's grabbing thing. But it would be like somebody was talking in the bed. Like, when it would always happen, I would be really afraid. Like, maybe I saw, like, a really scary movie or something like that, which would always freak me out more, because then it feels like something's touching me.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it didn't happen. Like, sometimes if I was just stressed, or anytime I was, like, really worried or upset, it would happen. And it would be, like, at the, like, the foots of my bed. It would feel like everything just got tighter, all the blankets. And I would always freak out, like, I didn't move. Like, how did all the blankets just shift? And, like, I would always just, like, go to sleep and just be, like, kind of freaked out. But there was other instances where my dad always felt like it was protective of my mother. Like, if my dad, like, got into an argument with my mom or, like, did something that was, like, maybe he was too hard on her for, like, a different reason or something like that. Like, he said it would be, like, she'd be unhappy with him. So, like, the one time my dad was in the computer, like, in his den, like, on his computer, and, like, this is true, dude. I heard a huge fucking bang. All, like, 10 of the books just all fell off the shelf at the same time into the center of the room. And my dad was like, everyone else is asleep. Like, what caused that? There was another instance when, like, I was younger. I was, like, 9. I did something that I got like, punished for. Like, I was, like, disrespectful to my mom or something like that. and she had to like run to the neighbors. So I was in the house by myself for like 20, 30 minutes, like middle of day too, like not even night, not afraid, no fear. I was playing like video games, I think. And my upstairs closet was a walk-in closet that had stuff all on the shelves going around. And I heard a huge crash, and I was like freaked out. I was like, what the hell was that crash? And I went upstairs, and the shelves didn't collapse, but every single item from the shelves had consolidated into a pile in the center of the room. Every board game, every toy, every object from the top of the shelves was not on the shelves, was in a pile in the center of the room. And then as I was
That's really weird.
standing there by it, my mom came in and yelled at me because she thought that I had thrown like all the toys down in like anger and stuff like that. So then I got in like even more trouble because I wasn't supposed to be playing video games either when I was grounded. So that was the thing. Like she was at the neighbors, so I was playing, and then that happened, and then I got in more trouble because she thought I made like a huge mess and shit. So I was mad.
That's really weird.
The other last thing I could think of is so the 3 a.m. is supposed to be like, hold on, people keep knocking. I think it's my brother.
Oh, well, basically, the other story I have is there's a woman I knew who said she every once in a while when she would go to bed, she felt like there was a man that would walk into her room, and he would wear like a trench coat and like a black like cowboy hat type of deal, basically. And he said that he would basically stand in the room, and then he would come to the edge of the bed, and then he would leave, basically. And then there was another time where she saw him, and she actually saw him sit on the bed, and she felt the pressure at the end of the bed, like as if someone had sat down. So she thought this was weird, but the ghost appeared to be friendly. It never bothered her or anything like that. But basically, she ended up explaining the story to her son, and her son was actually like, "Are you serious? Like that same ghost used to visit me as a kid, and he used to come and he used to sit on the edge of my bed and do the same exact thing."
Do you ever read
So
the
the
Reddit
ghost
stuff?
said,
Sorry.
which ones?
There was one in particular that really. PJ, you going to walking tour right now?
Continue. It's not important.
The thing that I read on Reddit was really, really, really creepy, and I can't. Are you in the bathroom? Like, where are you?
Keep going with your story.
I can't even focus.
Keep going with your story. Keep going.
You can't pee in the pipe.
We're on the worst PCast. That's what we'll call this. Hashtag PCast. Hashtag Sweatpants Zone. Hashtag HUP.
Continue. I was listening. It sounded like a good story.
It was.
I'm gonna wrap up the story though, and I'm probably gonna have to take off because I gotta go to the hospital. But nothing bad happened. I just gotta pick him up. So this Reddit thing though. This father like had some sort of like demon ghost or something that would come to him in his dreams and would pick on him. It would make fun of him for even though Peach was just peeing, it would make fun of him for why did you just go? Like, why did you bring your laptop? I don't understand.
I don't know.
But
I don't know. I wanted to hear the story. I was involved.
So basically, it would make fun of him for like wetting his bed or something like that. It would always like make fun of him. And there was something with like this particular thing that would always freak him out. And its name was like Charlie, let's say. And it would always be like, I'm Charlie, and it would just like taunt him. And the father said like it always really, really, really bothered him. Like it always, when he was a kid, it always really got to him. And then his son had a nightmare one night, and he said in his dream a ghost came that's name was Charlie, and it said that he goes, I knew your father, and it said something like it referenced his dad, and he was like, Dad, I'm freaked out because like I knew your name.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if it's one of those things on Reddit where that could just be like a really well written like crazy story.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Nah.
I'm
a super skeptic. I don't believe any of it.
Fans, if you have any ghost stories,
that's a creepy comment though. Like I got the
below.
chills just talking about it. Like just knowing like it'd be like a shared link ghost is pretty terrifying.
If you have good stories, put them in the comments.
Put them in the comments. We want to hear them.
My last good ghost story is I'll make this one quick. My grandfather's brother bought a house in Western PA, which is like in the middle of nowhere in PA, and his clothes kept going missing. Like, he would put his clothes out, and they would get, like, put in, like, random spots in the house, and he couldn't figure out why. And then one night, similar to, like, the Dan story, it felt like the full weight of a person was on top of him and holding him down. And he, again, was the type of person, he fled the house, refused to go back in, sold it, made all of his friends and everything move everything out of the house. He refused. A grown-ass man refused to go back in the house.
That's crazy.
And sold it.
It must have, like, really made a difference, you know?
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
if a grown adult, if it makes you literally never want to go back to that house that you own, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm not moving any of my things. But anyway, this is podcast episode 3.1, 2, and 3, 4, probably. And thanks for watching. And
We'll call
it's
this
the three of us
made it this
again.
far, who knows?
We'll call this the Australian special.
We had a name from before.
Well,
Hashtag Sweatpants Zone, hashtag H&P.
episode 3 was the outtakes. It was the ring. And then...
Oh, okay, so
the
we're going to
ring.
put that, let's put that up as a complete failure, and we'll just start this one over.
And then
as one.
episode 3.1
That's cool.
is, I don't know.
It's
Hitler
It's like
Strikes
a
Back.
public release of an early beta. Hitler
there
Strikes
you go.
Back. Alright, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, everybody. Thanks for
All right,
watching.
guys.